Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Amit Munjal, working as DGM in Highway Operations, NHAI Headquarters. Uh, the title of our today's discussion is Adoption of NSV at NHAI, the progress, the challenges we have faced, and the way forward. Harsh, can you confirm, am I audible and screen is visible?
Yes, Amit, audible and visible.
Okay, so the background is again that with this increased NH network, the high-speed corridor, and the increasing expectations of the citizens and the requirements of the people, we have to have the better roads, and it can only be done using the equipment-based condition monitoring. So we cannot now depend on the manual methods. So NSV being such a method, NHAI has adopted this method way back in 2019, but some issues were faced in the earlier system. So major revamping was done. The main changes we have done in the last year in this system is that we have made mandatory to use 3D NSV instead of the open-ended decision was there earlier. The agency can use a 2D machine also, but now we have mandated that is in this new system only laser-based 3D NSV equipment, which is best in class, shall be used. Secondly, we have kept strict timelines for the data processing, which was again a big challenge in the earlier system, that the survey was done in the January and the final reports is being received after March or April with the data of cracks and potholes. So after so much time, the sanctity and the utility of that data is very limited. So we have kept strict timelines for this data processing and report submission. For this purpose, now the space is being provided to the centralized NSV agencies at NHAI premises. So the office space and the power is being provided by NHAI to the centralized agencies so that these things can be done in a very strict time-bound manner. Let me show. Yeah, this is the salient features of this revamped NSV project. We have kept very strict timelines, that is 48 hours to transport the raw data to NHAI headquarters. Be it anywhere in the country, the survey is done. From the date of end of survey, within 48 hours, this raw data is reached our NSV center at Gurgaon. And then within 10 working days, this raw data is processed, analytics and report is prepared and submitted to NHAI. Then we take around 2 to 3 days to review this report, and if any rectification is required or any correction is required, it is done within maximum 15 days from the survey. We get this report with us, and after acceptance, we send this report, we share this report to the respective PIUs, ROs for the necessary action. Compared to the earlier system of NSV, where the NSV data was collected and submitted to the RAMS portal, we have kept additional deliverables in this system. In this slide, you can see the deliverable number 1 is same, which was the requirement of Road Asset Management System RAMS. This deliverable 2 and 3 are new added in this project. The 2 is very useful in our routine working of contract management. It is basically a comparison of the major distresses observed during the survey with the contract acceptable limits. This table on the right bottom side, you can see, suppose there is a project we have surveyed around 52 lane kilometers. We can see how many lane kilometers are not fulfilling the requirement of the contract. That is, the rectification is required. In this case, 14 kilometer out of 52 lane kilometer is requiring rectification for roughness. Likewise, there is no rutting observed in this project, cracking 19 kilometer and raveling 8.2 kilometers. And combining all 4 distresses and removing the overlaps, out of 52 lane kilometers, 25 lane kilometers needs rectification. So this kind of targeted treatment is very helpful in our routine working as a part of NHAI team and as a part of contractor team also. I will show one example in the last part of the presentation regarding this. So based on this revamping and the experience that this NSV survey should be done at an interval of 6 months, which should be one prior to the monsoon, one after the monsoon, and as per our contract agreements, we give around 180 days. We give 180 days for the rectification for the distresses of roughness and rutting. So there is no use if we do the survey again. Suppose for I discuss this one example. If we have given this report to a contractor that this 14 kilometer of the road needs rectification in terms of roughness, then he have 180 days. So our next survey should be after 180 days. So we have kept this 6-month interval in our this new system. The phase 1 of our NSV project is under implementation, which covers around 20,000 kilometers of center line, which is around 1 lakh lane kilometer. Precisely, it is 96 lane kilometer. The work has been awarded by splitting in 5 zones, which is under already in monitoring. And phase 2, the balance O&M length of NHAI, the total O&M length of NHAI is around 37 to 38,000 kilometers. So phase 1 has covered already 20,000, and phase 2 shall be covering 17,000 kilometers, which is around 67,000 lane kilometers. The work for this phase 2 is in the advanced stage of award. Very soon it will be awarded. So that will cover our all O&M network. This is the status of our phase 1. We have awarded in 5 packages. The scope was 95,855 lane kilometers. The survey has been completed in all of this all 5 packages, and we have received the reports of around 88,000 lane kilometers, out of which we have accepted and shared the reports of 75,000 lane kilometer with our field staff. So this is the process flow of NSV testing. The first step is data collection using NSV survey. We have actually encountered some challenges in this step. This slide shows these challenges. So it is requested that all the field staff, PIUs, their AEs, the respective officers from RO may cooperate with the NSV agency when they do this NSV survey. They have to provide the accurate starting and ending coordinates to the NSV agency 1 or 2 days prior to the survey, so that the time on the day of survey, because they try to cover this survey in the early morning period, because traffic is normally less during that time. So these information should be given at least 1 or 2 days before. And the checklist, which is shown in this photograph on the right, is to be signed by all the stakeholders, that is the NSV agency, representative from the PIU, from AE and contractor. You can see in this case, the contractor has refused to sign. I think this is not acceptable. PIUs may ensure that this data, when collected, has been validated, that this data has been collected on this date. So this checklist is being signed. Please ensure that. Further, one more information is required from PIUs, that is the lane configuration and payment types, because in some projects there is a hybrid kind of arrangement. Some part of the project is flexible, some part is rigid. So this information, if prior available with the NSV agency, the report preparation work can be expedited. So such information may be provided little before the survey is actually happening. And also the RPV deployment during survey is very helpful, because this machine its accuracy is actually depending on the speed. Below the speed of 30 kmph, the accuracy reduces. So when RPV is there, the chances of having the right speed is more. So it's requested that the RPVs are mandatorily deployed during these surveys. Most of these things we are getting, but in some cases we are not getting. That's why we have kept it for today. So the first step is the NSV survey, then the processing and report preparation, which is being handled at the NHAI NSV Center at Gurgaon. There are some challenges, we are working on that. to reduce further time by increasing more computer systems and other staff manpower. The next step in this process is when the report is ready, accepted by NHAI headquarters, shared with the field units, then the action taken report by the PIUs. We have done, you have seen that we have done around 75,000 lane kilometers. We have received the report that around more than 25,000 lane kilometers roughness is to be rectified. But the ATR or action taken report received from the PIUs says that around 1,500 lane kilometers have been rectified so far, which is very less compared to the overall rectification length. For example, we have received that around 1.5 lakh potholes have been observed. The rectification report says that 51,000 potholes have been rectified. So we have to be quick on this also, because finally this is the thing we are actually looking for. All the distresses observed has to be rectified in a time-bound manner. And this slide shows some frequently asked questions by the PIUs. So I have kept it today so that we should all aware of these things. That one first question is regarding the reporting intervals. Many a times we get this question from the PIUs ki reporting interval should be 1 kilometer as the contractor is suggesting. We have kept a uniform policy for the pan India for all contracts, our O&M contracts more than 500. If the reporting interval is mentioned in the contract agreement, say it is mentioned as that roughness should not be more than 2750 mm per kilometer in a stretch of 1 kilometer, then we are using the reporting interval as 1 kilometer. But if it is not written in the contract agreement, then as per our maintenance IRC 82/2023, we are reporting our distresses in an interval of 100 meters. So we have given this clarification to whosoever asks it, but today I am discussing it so that everybody should be aware of that. If there is no reporting interval mentioned in the contract, we are using it as 100 meters. Secondly, one query is received when the bump integrated data is mentioned in the contract versus NSV survey data. Some concessionaire contractors are actually disputing on this also. But to their reply, it is that as per IRC SP16, which is on the roughness only, it gives us the empirical equation using which we can convert NSV survey data into BI data. So NSV actually measures IRI, International Roughness Index. We convert it to the BI using the IRC formula and then reports back to the PIUs for the contract management purpose. So this NSV data is actually converted into BI using that empirical formula. So this is also, there is no need to discuss this much. And secondly, we have seen that as the ATR being submitted by the concessionaire, some concessionaire are not actually finding the our NSV report satisfactory. For example, this right side photograph, you can see the last line that concessionaire requested PD to reconduct this NSV as they have found it non-satisfactory, and the PIU has merely forwarded this objection of the concessionaire to the NSV team at NHAI headquarters. I think there should be some PIU recommendation on this also, and if there are some reasons why this report is found non-satisfactory, there should be some reasons, and without this we cannot do this reconduct of the survey. We can verify this if the distresses are more in the NSV survey. You can see the ROW camera or payment video camera, which actually gives all these reasons for the high values of the distresses. Secondly, as I already mentioned, that the rectification of the defects and the submission of ATRs is lagging. So it is requested that the field staff may please expedite it, this submission of ATRs to the headquarters. For this purpose, recently a circular has also been issued on priority maintenance module, which is a module already in data lake system. The circular has been issued on 11th March. We have actually changed provisions in this new system in this priority maintenance module. Earlier our ATR submission and the reports were being shared through email, but now this module is covering this aspect. The responsibilities and roles of all the stakeholders has been mentioned in this policy circular. The NSV agency, after the report acceptance, has to upload the report on PMM, which will be accepted or reviewed by the NSV cell. If it is accepted, the automated notices shall be issued from the data lake to the PIU, to RO, to contractor and the concerned AE. And based on the final manual validation and rectification of the defects, which is currently a local mechanism at PIU level, the ATR has to be submitted by NHAI PIU. So in case if this we can expand this system and include AE and contractor also in the future, but right now this ATR has to be submitted by the PIU. Then in conclusion, we have some request to the PIUs and ROs that please support the NSV agencies while data collection already I have discussed, and prompt action on the NSV report and submission of ATR is also required from the PIUs. In case of ROs, in case the contractor or concessionaire is failing to undertake the contractual obligations, and new SOP has been issued last year on 8th July, so that we can empanel our O&M agencies. So in case the contractor is not fulfilling the contractual obligations, we can take this matter done using our empanel agencies. And the last is just one interesting example, that in case of a Rajasthan project, recently one overlay estimate was received in NHAI headquarters for laying BC, because the NSV report showed some distresses. So the NHAI headquarters team actually studied the NSV report in depth and given the targeted treatment, that because our NSV report is giving the data on every 100-meter interval. So it was not required to lay the BC to the entire length. So when they reduced this BC quantity based on the NSV report, their estimated cost also reduced from around 80 crores to 48 crores. So this is another example you can use, and our even contractor or concessionaire can use this NSV report, so that we can provide better roads in a cost-effective manner to the citizens. So that is all from my side. Thank you.